somehow by some million-and-one shot, they were able to put me on a monitor, put cameras around the house, everything. If y'all were able to do that, I would go no contest. All I want is that 1 month time. Hell, not even a month, technically, just end of the year, you know what I mean? That 1 month time, that one last crucial time for my son. I would give up everything. I would say, just throw me in a jail cell forever, I don't care. I would give up everything. I'd give up all my defenses. I'd give up everything. Plead no contest. Give you the information that you want, everything. That's what I want you to convey to the judge.
I'll convey that to the prosecutor, to the district attorney of this county. I'll convey that to him for you. But again, I tell you this, that
It's not like
what you're requesting is more than likely not possible. I'm not going to sit here, and again, you know we can't
you're
make
not gonna bullshit me.
we can't make any promises. We can't give you false hope. We can't give you any illusions of what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's like, I'll convey it, but for you, but I can tell you what the answer's going to be. Does that make sense?
I like your shoes.
Thank you. What are your thoughts, Terry? What are you thinking?
I guess I'll just wait on a response at this point.
What do you want to say to this community? What do you want to say to the families? Is there anything you want to put out there to them?
No one deserved any of this.
Have you spoken to your family?
My mom and my grandmother are currently coming today.
To see, you know what time they'll be here?
Pretty soon, from what I'm guessing.
Okay.
Is this y'all's water?
No, that's yours. Everything we got is for you.
Either way, that's basically my price. And then,
Yeah.
if
So let me kind of reiterate some things. For me, right? Will you do that for me? So, yeah, I'm just gonna a couple things, some of the things that I want to kind of talk to you about. I know we spent a lot of time talking that first night. We covered a lot of things, but one of the things that we didn't get to was the human aspect of this, right? Emotions and feelings, and you know, early on from a young age, you know, we're always taught right from wrong, and then as we come up, you know, through life as adults, we become the persons that right through the course of times. But obviously, one of the main things that I asked you that night, and it's just something that has concern for me, is has anything like this ever happened before?
No, sir. Nothing like this has ever happened, ever.
You've never killed anyone else.
No, sir.
This is the first person you've ever killed.
Nothing like this has ever happened before. That's I cry when I run over dogs at work. Like, I cover a squirrel before, dude.
Then
I
why?
fucking feed homeless people, man.
Then why? Why Athena? If you caught crab or a squirrel, this is a 7-year-old human being.
Wasn't me. Now that I haven't been on that medication, I haven't heard from Zero in like 2 days.
Tanner, I know you're being a little evasive right now to me about some of the things, rightfully so, right? This is your meeting. You call this meeting. You want to speak to me. You know, I know that you want to put it on your terms, right? But I do ask that you show me the respect that I'm showing you, because this is a two-way street. You know, honestly, by all accounts, if you hadn't reached out to me today or last night, we probably would have spoken again for a long time. You know, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to sit before you for a long time. It would have been a while. So what I'm trying to do here is not only primarily fill those voids for the family, first and foremost. Feel that void, feel that emptiness, feel that why for them. Because it's not about me, it's not about you, it's about them. It's not, again, I'll reiterate that. It's about that family, it's about that closure, it's about what you would want as a parent. Right? Closure. That's why I'm asking you those questions. That's why I asked that why. Again, I'm not going to sit here and
I
pretend.
told you the why the first night, though.
Which is what?
Go back and watch the videos, y'all have access. I told you why it happened.
So the whole reason we took her is because you bumped her with the truck.
And knocked her down with the truck.
And then it just spiraled out of control from there.
I sat on my hands at that point.
So if you'd have never bumped her with that truck, this would have never happened.
Nothing would have happened. I'd be at work right now. I'd be at work, saving up for Chester's Christmas, getting everything ready, just trying to get us into an apartment. I was this close. I finally got a new car. Okay, I was having to drive the freaking work trucks home for like a month because I didn't have a car. Because my car broke down several months ago, then Cassie's broke down. Like, life was getting really bad. The stress was getting too much. I'm not a violent person. I'm not a bad person. I've never been a bad person.
Would you say for the majority of your life you've done the right thing?
I've always done the right thing. I've never been a violent person. I've never been a bad person. The only bad things I've ever done is, like, occasionally I'll smoke marijuana, but that's legally that's on its way out the door anyway, eventually. So, like, slowly states are coming in, but I'm not getting into all that. Like, that's literally the worst thing I've probably done in my life.
I would say so. I'd say so. I would hope so.
So you can look at my history. I'm not some deranged psychopath. I'm not some criminal.
I don't think you are either. I don't think you are either.
I'm an autistic, weird dude who likes music that other people tend to shun at.
Well,
Musician. Dude, I was in a Christian punk band at one point. A Christian punk band. Giving, not gonna lie, the vocals weren't the best, but you know.
were you lead vocals?
Oh no.
It sounds like it just the way you put your hands on your knee just now. That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, I worked years mastering my craft, and at this point I write my own music, you know, I've written my own music, but I haven't really, like, I had lyrics and everything, but I never really got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Put it out. So,
Yeah.
I mean, smart, freaking talented. You work for a living, being a productive member of society.
Yeah.
So you can see where that why, and you've answered the why. If you're telling me, you know, if you had never bumped Athena with that truck, she would have never died. That's the why, right? That's some of the why. You paid, by all accounts, on your statement, the first night was that if you were scared, you know, that you were going to get put away for vehicular assault and go to jail, so you panicked and took her in the truck. And then at that
These
point,
are all things that have been covered.
I know, I'm just saying, that's the why, right? She died because she was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Essentially. Please have another cigarette.
In a minute, let me slow the smoke back down a little bit. I'm not a, yeah, just let it settle for a little bit, okay? I'm not a cigarette smoker, tobacco smoker, so honestly, you know, I know
Oh,
you
you're
more.
probably choking up a little bit.
Yeah, so if you'll just give me, you know, let's let the smoke essentially clear for a little bit, and we'll get you moving, okay? Again, I know that you're.
The fact that that little girl's dead breaks my fucking heart, dude. Like,
I'm personally, I'm glad to hear that, because if you do show some type of emotion, right? If you do have some type of remorse, that goes a long way, right? As opposed to just a cold-blooded killer monster.
if I was a cold-blooded killer, I would have been killing people for years. You know what I mean? Like, I have a conscience. I have feelings. I'm just a person.
It was a decision that was made at the, you know, you panicked.
It wasn't my decision. I wanted to let her go. There's other jobs out there. He didn't want to let her go. Now I haven't even heard from him in 2 days.
Zero.
No.
What were you doing your eyes like that?
Can you do some research on something for me?
Sure.
Can you look up some of the potential negative psychoactive effects of potentially Prozac?
Let's talk about that real quick. What all medications are you on? I know you told me that first night.
Yeah, I'm on Prozac, Strattera, and
Hang on. Strattera?
yeah.
Spell that. It's alright. Prozac, Strattera, what else?
And Remeron for times when I can't sleep. I literally only take that one.
And Remorse?
Remeron, yeah.
Remorse?
Also known as Razapine.
Who's your doctor?
Foreign dude that works at MHMR Penn Square.
Do you remember his name?
Again, foreign dude, I have no idea how to pronounce his
Penn
name.
Square?
Yeah, Penn
Where's
Square.
Penn Square at?
It's a MHMR clinic in Fort Worth.
You mentioned my clinic before. Can you write that down?
Penn Square.
You mentioned my clinic in Fort Worth.
Oh, you did the same thing.
What's that? Talking at the same time?
Yeah.
That's a habit of mine. I got about this man. Broke his hand one time, so
Oof.
it gets to hurt sometimes.
I do that because as a drummer, like, you can see scars from years and years of playing drums where I just like busted my fingers on freaking snare drum.
Do you see any other doctors, Tanner?
For him, It's weird because when I started getting back on my medication, about 7, 8 months ago, I'm guessing,